February 23rd of 2021. That is today's date. For those of you guys that somehow maybe don't already know that, what exactly is special about today's date, you may ask? Well, taking a look at the Season of the Chosen roadmap, we have the last battleground known as the Oracle Battleground coming to the game, as well as the Iron Banner making its first seasonal appearance. Now, you guys already know my opinions on Iron Banner. I really wish Bungie would treat it with a little bit more respect. Back in the Destiny 1 days, Iron Banner was always a super hype event, and nowadays, it's not exactly that. However, this Iron Banner is a little bit different. The weapons that Bungie are bringing back, by the way, to the game, these weapons are not new, but they are new to have random rolls. The weapons that they are bringing back are the Time-Worn Spire and the Multimach CCX, and this is the first time in a quick minute that I've been really excited about Iron Banner loot. So today, I want to make a God Roll guide on both of these weapons, as I think that you guys might want to keep your eyes out for them, especially the Multimach CCX for some of my PvE players out there. By the way, a little bit of a plug before we start today's video, twitch.tv/DemonJoeFrance. If you ever want to watch a ginger kid mauled at Destiny 2 on live stream, that might be the place for you. 4 times a week, link in the description if you ever want to go over there and follow. Chances are if you're watching this video, I'm already live over there grinding out some God rolls. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it, and let's talk about these Iron Banner weapons, starting off with the Multimach CCX. Now, you'll notice that I have escape velocity gameplay in the background, and there's a reason for that, and that's because the Multimach CCX is basically the spiritual successor to the escape velocity, one of my favorite SMGs of all time. Now, the Multimach is of course a lightweight frame, making it a 900 RPM SMG, and this thing comes with some pretty cool rolls, and it's pretty cool power cap as well. It sunsets in Season 17, so we'll definitely be able to use this bad boy going into the Witch Queen, which is very nice. Taking a look at the first perk column, we have Killing Wind, Subsistence, Threat Detector, Quick Draw, Dynamic Sway, and Hipfire Grip. In the second slot, we have Kill Clip, One for All, Iron Grip, Unrelenting, Iron Reach, which is a new perk which says massively improves weapon range at the cost of weapon stability, as well as Iron Gaze. Now, this weapon right here for PvE, I'm just gonna go ahead and lay it down for you guys. Tactical Mag, Threat Detector, One for All. Tactical Mag is going to be giving you more stability, more reload speed, and more magazine all in one magazine. You're also going to have Threat Detector in the first perk slot, which will increase your reload speed, stability, and handling whenever you are near a bunch of enemies. And seeing as this is an SMG, you're often going to be near a bunch of enemies. And the last perk, One for All, being one of the best damage perks in the game, which basically says if you hit 3 enemies, you're going to be given a damage boost for a pretty long time, and it's a pretty good damage boost at that. Seeing as this thing has a really high RPM, you can just hold the trigger down and just look left, and you'll pretty much hit like 1 billion enemies at one time, and then you'll be able to proc this thing no problem. My escape velocity and the escape velocity roll that I really liked was Overflow Vorpal, and sadly, this weapon does not have Overflow. However, it definitely has a superior damage perk in the form of One for All, and I definitely cannot let that slide. Replacing Overflow with something like Threat Detector, giving you that more reload stability and handling, you know, that'll kind of help you whenever it comes to reloading your weapon, making sure that you have bullets that are constantly flowing out of your magazine. And One for All is just a nasty damage perk for PvE. Definitely don't miss out on it. Of course, you can get Kill Clip, and Kill Clip is a very decent damage perk, but let's be honest, if you're grinding the God Roll, try to get One for All. It is by far one of the best new perks that Destiny has ever seen. Now, for PvP, for those guys that are a little weird and you want to do some PvP, I would probably recommend Steady Rounds. That's going to give you more stability. It is going to cost your range, but it will give you more stability, and I know that stability is definitely a lot better ever since the season started with some of the weapon balancing that happened. Of course, you could go with Accurized Rounds if you wanted to for that increased range in PvP, if you are really good at actually, you know, making sure your weapon isn't jumping all over the place. And of course, in the, you know, first perk slot, probably Dynamic Sway or Quick Draw if, again, you can control your weapon pretty well. And then I would go for something like Kill Clip, and if you don't want Kill Clip, and again, you want to control your weapon, and you want to make sure you're getting your headshots more consistently, you could go with Iron Grip for more stability and less reload speed. For me, I would probably go with Accurized Rounds for the extra range, Dynamic Sway to make sure I have extra stability and accuracy, and then Kill Clip so that when I do kill an enemy, I can reload and absolutely melt the next guy. This SMG is something I am super excited to grind out. I know we just got the extraordinary rendition, but I love 900 RPM SMGs, and I can't wait to get a PvE roll of this bad boy. Now, moving on from that, we have the time-worn Spire. Now, this is the Iron Banner pulse rifle, and a very big question to ask is what makes this pulse rifle special? If we go ahead and look back to last week, we got one of the most cracked weapons of PvP history, known as the Messenger, with the perk Despacito. Did I say Despacito? I meant Desperado. It's an aggressive frame pulse rifle, and with Desperado, this thing shoots like a rapid fire frame while still dealing the damage of an aggressive frame. It can get pretty nutty out there in the PvP landscape, so does the time-worn Spire really compete? Well, let's go ahead and talk about that. Of course, like I said, it's a rapid fire frame. It has an RPM of 540. It being a kinetic pulse rifle, I would not recommend its usage in PvE. Normally, whenever you are using a pulse rifle, you try to prioritize an elemental one so that you have that range and you can pop shields from far away. I'm mainly talking about Nightfalls and Grandmasters here whenever I do talk about this. However, I will go over the PvE rolls for those of you guys that maybe do want a kinetic pulse rifle. So taking a look at the rolls, we have Feeding Frenzy, Subsistence, Quick Draw, Moving Target, Under Pressure, and Slideways. In the second slot, we have Rampage, One for All, Iron Grip, Vorpal, Iron Reach, and Iron Gaze. What would I go with on this weapon for PvE? Me personally, I would go with a Pendant Mag to get just a flat boost to the magazine. I would go with Feeding Frenzy and One for All. One for All is only really all that good whenever you have a weapon that can shoot really fast and hit multiple enemies really fast. This weapon definitely has that covered. It is literally a rapid fire frame. So having something like a Pendant Mag to have more in the magazine to take more advantage of that, Feeding Frenzies so you can reload super quick after a kill, and then One for All so that you can just get this damage perk super easy with the amount of bullet output that you have. It's a really good PvE roll. Again, the weapon itself though isn't all that great for PvE, but the perks are a pretty nasty combo. Now for PvP, what exactly would you want to go with on this weapon? Whenever I'm looking at this weapon, the first thing that comes to mind for me personally is ricochet rounds, probably moving target, maybe quick draw. Either one of the ricochet rounds, quick draw or moving target, and rampage. I think that if this weapon is going to compete with something like the Messenger, it's going to need a damage perk. It's 100% going to need a damage perk. The gameplay you guys are seeing in the background is me using the Red War version of this weapon, which only has Zen Moment. As many times as I really wish I had Rampage, well, I didn't have Rampage. This weapon I feel as though can really benefit from a damage boost, so having something like ricochet rounds, getting that extra stability and range, probably something like moving target so you can move a little bit faster while aiming down sights and holding a lane, making sure that you can get those headshots pretty easily, and then rampage so that when you get your first kill, your next kill is even easier. It's a pretty good combo. You could also go for something like Feeding Frenzy if you would like. That way you can just reload at, immediately after a kill and, make sure that you get the next guy. But I think that these perk combinations are pretty good, but the main question is how exactly does it really compare to the Messenger? I don't think it compares all that well. If you have a Messenger with Desperado, this weapon probably won't be on your radar, but it is a rapid fire frame. We don't get rapid fire frames often, so you might want to pick it up just so that you have the archetype for some time in the future in case Bungie changes something, or maybe you just need a kinetic pulse rifle. But guys, that is pretty much it for both of the Iron Banner weapons that are coming this reset, the Multimach CCX and the time-worn Spire. Multimach definitely going to see a lot more usage in PvE, and the time-worn Spire definitely seeing more usage in PvP, but it definitely has a lot more competition to go up against. But guys, that is it for me. Let me know what you all think down in the comments down below. I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and I do hope to see you guys over on my Twitch channel. Would absolutely love to have you guys while we're over there hanging out and grinding God Rolls. But guys, that is it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.